Hello students, welcome to the session. I am Mr. M.H. Mota, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. This particular session is on lintel. The outcome of this session. At the end of this session, we will be able to understand and explain various features or characteristics of lintels used in construction. So let's start learning. So what is lintel? A lintel is defined as a horizontal structural member which is placed across the opening. So in this figure you will find that the lintel is placed on a certain opening which should be used as a door. So as we are aware, the openings are essential in any structures for various purposes like ventilation or communication or even connection between two different spaces. But these openings are generally not spanning from the bottom to the top of the structure. Their height is limited. They even may not start right from the bottom like in case of ventilators or windows. And every time we need to construct a structure or a part of structure rather above these openings, and that particular construction needs a particular support on which they can be laid. This is made possible by using a lintel. Because of the provision of lintel, the structure remains in position by resistance from the support made. The lintels can be used for various purposes like supporting. Along with that, it even can be a decorative architectural element or a combination of ornamental structural item. Structural item means something which provides the stability to the structure. The classification of lintel. Lintels are generally classified according to the material used for the construction. The different types of lintels are timber lintels, stone lintels, brick lintels, reinforced brick lintels, steel lintels, and reinforced cement concrete lintels. As the name itself suggests, they are composed of a particular type of material. For example, timber lintels are made up of timber, stone lintels are made up of stone, and so on. Let's understand it in more depth. We'll start the discussion with timber lintels. Timber lintels are generally used in hilly areas where the timber is easily available. Such kind of lintels are relatively costly. Along with that, they are structurally weak and vulnerable to fire. As those are made up with timber, they are comparatively much weaker as compared to the other material used as a lintel. And because of its nature, they even are very vulnerable to fire. So they should not used where there is a possibility of fire accidents or the places where generally the temperature remains very high. They even can easily decay if not properly taken care of. That's why when we use a timber lintel, we need to even take its proper care. For example, we need to apply certain coating on it so that along with its decorative look, it even can be protected from the attack of decay causing elements. The minimum depth of such should be 7.6 cm. It should be deeper than this. This particular figure shows the timber lintel. Such lintels are generally used in case of brick masonry or the masonry where the load coming on the lintel is much lesser, like the low weight or the low density masonry blocks. They are very rarely used for, or particularly in case of stone masonry. They are more suitable for the lighter weights. Next is stone lintel. The figure shown on the right bottom shows the stone lintel. These are particularly used where stones are easily available. It consists of a simple stone slab of greater thickness. The greater thickness is essential to take care of the loading coming on it, and those have been transferred successfully onto the ends of this supporting lintels. Generally, as we are aware, stones are much costlier, so the stone lintels are even used to have a very high cost as compared to other lintels like RCC or brick lintels. So when we are using such kind of lintels, one must be aware about its high cost. It even is not able to withstand the transversal stress load. As we are aware, the stones are so many times not much stronger. They are even brittle in nature in so many cases, and they are unable to withstand the transversal stress load. The minimum thickness in case of stone lintel is around 8 cm or more. So when you are selecting a stone lintel or you are constructing the structure using a stone lintel, please make sure that the thickness of stone slab used as an lintel should have a minimum thickness of 8 cm. The thumb rule says that the thickness of this stone lintel should be 4 cm per 1 feet length. It means that if the opening spans around say 3 feet or 0.9 meter, the thickness should be at least 4 into 3 means 12 cm or more. Such kind of lintels are used in case of stone masonry. They are very rarely used for other kind of structures because of their high cost and ability to withstand the stresses. Next is brick lintel. The bricks used for the brick lintels are generally hard, well burnt and first class bricks. They are suitable for small spans around up to 90 cm or 3 feet. The bricks having frogs are more suitable because the frogs are the places which are making such lintels stronger in taking the stresses. They even make the bond very appropriate, which is essential to form a brick lintel. Bricks can be laid on edges or on the end. So these two are the figures of brick lintels. In case 1, or the colored figure, you will find that bricks placed as per the bond which has been formed by the surrounding place and or surrounding structure. So the bricks are placed with its length placed horizontally, while in case 2 the bricks are placed such a way that its length is perpendicular to the opening span. So such kind of structures are possible, and the major thing which makes such lintel stable is the bond between two successive bricks. Once again, please remember that the strength of such unit is comparatively lower. To improve upon this, we generally used reinforced brick lintels. Reinforced brick lintels are the lintels where the brick lintels are strengthened by the introduction of a reinforced item like the bars of mild steel. These are very suitable for large span and heavy loads coming onto the lintels. As explained earlier, they are reinforced with mild steel bars. They are very common due to durability, strength and fire resisting properties. The bricks are one of the material which offers the excellent resistance to the heat. They can withstand with very high heat, say around 1200 degrees Celsius, if bricks manufactured are first class bricks and well burnt bricks. So they used to have a very good fire resisting properties. Along with that, they generally used to have a good strength and durability. The depth of such brick lintel is at least 11 cm or more. As we are aware, the width of the stone is 11 cm, and if we place the brick such a way that its width is perpendicular to the direction of the opening, then the depth will be 11 cm. So depth is 11 cm or multiple of one brick width, means it can be half brick wide. 1 brick wide, 1.5 brick wide, and so on. Generally, the joints between such brick lintel is filled with a very rich mortar of a proportion of 1:3. Here the proportion 1:3 means there is a 1 part of cement and 3 part of well-graded fine sand, which is used for making the cement mortar, which is very rich in nature. The cement acts as a binder and it is very helpful in keeping this kind of reinforced brick lintels or even a plain brick lintels in position. The bricks are so arranged that 2 to 3 cm wide space is left lengthwise between the adjacent bricks for the insertion of reinforcement or mild steel bars. As shown in figure, the mild steel bars are placed along these kind of lintels so that the strength can be achieved. Vertical shear stirrups of 6 mm diameter wire are provided in every third vertical joint. These are essential for providing the strength in case of shear. The main reinforcement provided at the bottom of a lintel consists of 8 to 10 mm diameter bars which are cranked up the ends. So these are the very essential features of the reinforced brick lintels. Once again, these kind of lintels are very common and used widely. Such kind of lintels are even useful in case of any sort of masonry construction like hollow block construction 2 or the composite masonry 2. Next are the steel lintels. These are provided at large openings where the superimposed load or load coming on the lintel are heavy. The steel angles are used for small spans and light loading, and rolled steel joints are used for large spans and heavy loading. This is rolled steel joist, either used singly or in a combination of 2 or 3 units. These are generally joined by using the bolts. This system is embedded in concrete and cured like an RC element or reinforced concrete element or leveled with brick masonry. So such lintels are very much useful for the very heavy loads. The construction of this is even very easy as compared to reinforced brick masonry. Using of steel lintel becomes much easier. This avoids every kind of tedious work like providing the stirrups, etc. These are much stronger in taking the tension as such. You can make the structure level by using or filling the empty space around the steel lintels, whichever section you use. It can be channel, it can be angle, it can be I section. So it can be leveled either by using the brick masonry or it can be cured like an RC element by filling the surrounding place with the cement concrete. The figure shown around this particular slide is showing the leveling with the using of bricks. So these are the various types of elements used as steel lintels. It can be angle, it can be channel, or it even can be an I section, which is either solid or can be even say hollow in few cases. This particular figure shows a special kind of steel lintels used in case of say a composite masonry where the backing and front space is composed of different units. In such case, steel lintels can be used with advantage. Or even the steel lintels can be used with advantage where we need to provide a corner window where there is no vertical structural element available to make a support. Next and final type of lintel is reinforced cement concrete lintel. It is the most commonly used kind of lintel worldwide. Such kind of lintels are made up of reinforced cement concrete. The figure around shows the such reinforced cement concrete lintel. The proportion used is 1:2:4. It means that we use 1 part of cement, 2 parts of fine aggregates or sand, and 4 parts of coarse aggregates to compose such kind of lintels, along with the appropriate reinforcement. For smaller spans, even the precast concrete lintels can be used. Precast concrete lintels are the lintels which have been casted before its actual placing. These are casted at a manufacturing unit and then can be placed at whenever or wherever we need to place it. The depth of such lintel depends on the span. As span increases, the depth increases. Along with that, even the reinforcement to be used, the quantity of reinforcement is also increased. Up to 1.2 meter span, 15 centimeter depth is sufficient. More than that needs the additional depth as such. For every additional 30 centimeter or 1 feet span, add 25 mm in depth. This is a thumb rule used on site. The reinforcement are provided. These are provided like 1 bar per half brick thickness wall. So for example, if we have a 1 brick thick wall, then we generally use 2 bars or in some cases 3 bars if the load coming on the structure is very high and the span even is more. There is also a thumb rule about the diameter of bars used. Generally, we use the 10 mm diameter bars for a span around 1.2 meter or lesser. For 1.2 to 2 meter span, we use 12 mm diameters, and for more than that, we use 16 mm diameter bars. So this thumb rule is followed on site for the casting of reinforced cement concrete lintels. This is a figure of the precast reinforced cement concrete lintel where the lintel is casted at the factory place and they are directly placed onto the opening. This figure shows the placing of such precast reinforced cement concrete lintel which is placed above the opening. Its width is generally made according to the thickness. Well, this particular figure shows the placing of the reinforcement for high spanning lintels where the reinforcement provided are in the form of one larger beam as such. So that's it for this session. Let's meet in the next session to learn more about such interesting things. So thank you very much for your patience learning, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe it if you haven't yet subscribed. Thank you.